Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm going to be creating 2 cards featuring the new Pine Tree Trios stamp set from Blue Knight Rubber Stamps, which is part of their July release. I'm also going to be pulling some of the stamps I have from Blue Knight from previous releases, and I'm going to be using pan pastels and designer paper. Let's get started. My first card, I'm using the Pine Tree Trios. I'm using the large pine tree trio, and then on the right you'll see the silhouette moose stamp set. I'll be using the medium moose. Each of these come with 3 different sizes of the silhouette images, and they are red rubber stamps. I'm going to be using a paper towel just so that I can clean my sponges off as I use my pan pastels. Pan pastels are artist grade, highly pigmented pastels that are in pans. They're finely milled, similar to the texture of an eyeshadow. There are several palettes available through Blue Knight Rubber Stamps that are already designed with creating these pan pastel cards in mind. The Sunrise Sunset palette, which features these colors plus a colorless blender, is a great palette to start with. You can create a lot of really pretty backgrounds with this palette set. And the palettes come with this set of tools called soft tools to get you started. And then you can purchase additional pan pastel colors to fill your palette. You can also purchase more tools that are available through Blue Knight. Now, for the sake of time, I am in fast forward mode, but I am just taking my tool and I'm just cleaning it on my paper towel. Then I'm starting with the light color of yellow. This is the lightest yellow that I have. It's called Dariolide Yellow Tint. Then I grab some of the Dariolide Yellow and start blending that next. After that, I blend orange, but this is the yellow still. You can see I'm taking my sponge and I'm just dipping it into the color. Okay, and then my sponge had a little bit of red iron oxide tint on it, but I'm grabbing orange at this point. So, and then I'm trying to just blend along those lines, using a little bit of colorless blender at the end. And then at the bottom here, or the top, depending on how you want to use yours, this is where I grab my colorless blender and rub that in. You see the bottom does have some of the red iron oxide tint. All right, and then I go through and I add some more orange because I really want there to be orange on this sunset. And then I go ahead and grab some magenta because the magenta is just really, I don't know, just reminds you so much of either a sunrise or a sunset. I guess this would be more of a sunrise than a sunset. It's whatever you would like it to be. Now I'm using various sponge type tools here in addition to the soft tools. I do have some makeup sponges that I use, and the soft tools are the best. Right now I'm using a soft tool because they're specially designed sponges that are firm and they keep their shape. You can just clean them by brushing them on a paper towel. What I'm doing right now is I'm taking some of that magenta and I'm just brushing it through, or like swiping it through on the top just to make some clouds. So I just went and I made a couple different backgrounds during this process. Normally if I have my pan pastels out, I'll make 2 or 3 backgrounds. It's so quick and easy. Next, I'm going to stamp the images of the large pine tree trio. I'm going to use that stamp first. I'm using archival ink, and I'm using the Blue Knight Rubber Stamp magnetic ink pad handle. The handle comes with a magnetic base that you can attach to the back of your ink pad so that you can grip onto your ink pad without dropping it. You can also purchase separate metal plates to attach to multiple ink pads, and really you only need one handle. Although I have several of these handles, and I always pick one up whenever I am able to. I just like to have them on my most commonly used black ink pads. Now you've got your trio of pine trees. Let's decide which mousse we're going to use. We're going to grab the medium-sized mousse from the Silhouette Mousse stamp set, cleaning our inked up pine tree trio and moving that aside. And now we'll ink up the mousse, and I'm using archival ink, which is also available through Blue Knight Rubber Stamps. Next, I'm using the Eagles and Foliage stamp set from Blue Knight. It contains 3 eagles, a tree line with trees, and then some foliage that looks like pine trees. And I thought that would look nice on this card panel. I'm just going to place this in the right corner, the upper right hand corner. And again, use archival ink to stamp onto my Pan Pastel panel. And using the stamp positioning tool, I look and see, do I think that's dark enough? I do think it's dark enough. I don't need to ink it twice. I am going to use a little bit more of the foliage up in the left-hand corner just to finish this off, to make it look more complete, so that it looks like you're looking through the forest at the pine tree trio and the mousse. Next, I'm going to add some grass from the Silhouette Grass stamp set. Just going to place that grass at the bottom of the card, inking it with the archival ink again. And I'm going to move the stamp over and add some more grass. And I think that looks fine, even though I'm layering it just slightly over what I've already stamped. And I just keep layering it until I get the look that I like. And that turned out pretty nice. I made 3 card panels with the same process. I'm going to go ahead and show you all 3 of those completed panels. You can see they are the same, just slightly different, slight variations with the combination of pan pastels that I used. But these would make great masculine birthday cards, get well, thinking of you, even sympathy, in my opinion. Now let's move on to our next card design, which features designer paper from Blue Knight Stamps. This is the Day Sky paper from Blue Knight Stamp. This paper has several different designs, including a design on the back that is shared with all the different papers. And you can use these for stamping and creating beautiful cards. So I'm just showing you the different variety here. Again, this is the original Day Sky paper. Since these have been released, Blue Knight Rubber Stamps has come out with 11 different varieties, including Day Sky 2, Day Sky 3. There's Night Sky 2 and 3, Cloudy Sky, Stormy Sky, Land and Sea Set, Northern Lights, and Mixed Media. On the reverse side of these papers, which are Day Sky set, is this image with stars that you can use for your galaxy type backgrounds or other backgrounds of your choosing. These papers make it so easy to create a quick card. I'm going to go with this color paper because I like the green and the sort of sunset, but I'm going to create a hill. And so I'm using some inks that I have in my stash from Catherine Pooler. I'm using spruce colored ink. I created sort of like a slight slope, and then I used my dome foam blending tool to just daub some ink to make it look like brush. You see, I had a piece of acetate that I just freehand cut to create my own stencil, sort of like a rolling hill. This is pretty much freehand and easy to do. And that's just what I wanted to do because I'm using another stamp set that features somebody hiking, and I want to make it look like they're hiking uphill. So back to the pine tree trios. I'm using the smallest set of pine trees here, creating sort of I guess a forest scene or a woods, something that you might see here where I live in the rolling hills of western Pennsylvania. Then I go ahead and stamp in the left side. I stamp the large trio pine. This is the largest one. Again, I'm using archival ink. That didn't stamp as vibrantly as I hoped, so I am stamping it twice. Now it looks great. And then from the Silhouette Sportsman stamp set, I'm going to use the sportsman that is hiking. So it's a man. He has like a walking stick, and I want to show that he's just climbing this little hill. Also off camera, I grabbed an eagle from the stamp set Silhouette Tree and Eagles, and I stamped the eagle above the head of the hiker. You'll see that here in my still photo of the finished card. Thank you all for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up. Please leave a comment. I love it when you leave comments letting me know what you think about these cards. I'd love to know which card is your favorite among the two that I created today. If you're not familiar with Blue Knight Rubber Stamp, I would encourage you to check them out on YouTube, and fans of Blue Knight Rubber Stamps on Facebook. I will have all the information linked below for all the products that I used today. Again, thank you so much for watching. Have a hopeful day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.